Oh, hello everyone. So a few of you joined recently and who have not connected with me personally, they had a few doubts about uh, what do the regular updates mean? How do I take the strategy? Some general questions like capital requirements. What view do I take before taking the strategy, right? So in brief, I'll just like to cover those points. And then if you guys have any concerns on this, you can reach out to me individually and we can discuss at length. So I'll go point wise. What's the minimum capital required to take the trades that I take with this Nifty option strategy is so I trade with around 30 lakhs. But the people who have taken sessions in the past, everyone has a different capital size. So someone trades with 10 lakhs, someone trades with 5 lakhs. There are people who even trade with more than 15 lakhs, right? After the same strategy. So I would say that the minimum capital required would be 5 lakhs. So if you have 5 lakhs capital, you can start taking trades with this strategy. Even those 5 lakhs could be like you don't need to have the entire capital in cash. You could have you could pledge maybe 2.5 lakhs from your stocks or ETFs, and the rest you can have in cash or cash equivalents, right? So overall margin requirement is 5 lakhs. Second point, um, when do I initialize the trade, right? So I normally trade on bi-weekly expiries. So let's say if I am taking the trade today, which is 5th April, I would not go for the coming expiry. I would go for the expiry after the current one. So which would be 17th April, for instance. That varies a bit depending on what the premiums are or if there are holidays in between. So for example, I started yesterday with the 24th April expiry, right? Because we have some holidays in between. Plus, due to greater volatility, I wanted a larger spread, right? So I take trade 10 to 12 days before the expiry, and I don't carry it till expiry. I look to close it in the next 5-6 days, depending on if my target has been achieved. Third point. So how do I keep targets? So since I trade part time, I look to make around 1.5% monthly. So for example, if I'm trading with 30 lakhs and I'm looking to make 30,000 profit in a month, so I would look to take 4 trades in a month because as I said, I close trade every 5-6 days. So 4 trades in a month. Every trade, if I reach around 7 to 8,000 of profit, I will close that trade and move to the next expiry. So that is how it works for me. Fourth point. So see, I trade part time, so I look for a target of 1.5% every week. But I don't devote more than 30 minutes to 1 hour every day in front of screen, right? And that is also an alert based system. If my alerts get triggered, levels get triggered, then I take a look at the trade and do adjustments or rollovers, whatever is required. But for those who can give more screen time, using the same strategy, you guys can target 2.5, even 3% on a monthly basis, which are decent returns, right? Anything over 25-30% yearly is very, very good on a consistent basis, and provided you keep scaling your capital up, right? So that is one of the common questions that people had. Next point, how do I take the market, like how before taking the strategy, right? How do I decide what strikes I need to take or what premiums I need to take? So I broadly take a market view. I try to analyze whether the market is in a bullish trend, is it in a bearish trend, or is it sideways. Depending on that, I try to take positions which are 1,000 to 1,500 points away from the current ATM, and with premium in between in range of 7 to 12 rupees. Right. So that is what I try to take my initial positions at. And then gradually as the market moves, I then deploy my remaining capital or adjust my positions. So one common question people had was about the hedges. What hedges do I take? So I always take inside hedges because my first aim is to protect my capital because my returns expectation is less. So I want to keep my risk also on the lower side. So I always go with inside hedges. Inside hedges in like when market view moves against your view, inside hedges help to keep the overall MTM uh, comparatively on the lesser negative side. Um, so now I'll also show you how I take a trade. Uh, This is in reference to the screenshot of the trades that I update daily on the WhatsApp group. So I take trade on Zerodha, but I use Opstra in order to visualize these trades, right? So let me show you. So for example, if we look at the current trade that we have taken, right? So what we have done is we have sold 20,800 put uh, around 12 lots. So this is the one that I have sold. Uh, Against these sold strike prices, I have taken hedge of 21,200. Again, this is an inside hedge, as I told. So I've taken 4 lots. I did this way. Now I've taken on the call side, I have taken 15 lots of 24,700. Right. And again, 24,500. I have 24,400. In fact, I have taken hedge of 4 lots. So this is how I visualize my trades. The actual trades are taken on Zerodha, but you get an idea now, right? Like a few of you had doubts about understanding what these screenshots mean. So this is what it means, right? So this is how I visualize my trades. It helps me understand what is the current profit, what is the profit at expiry, how is my trade moving, what happens if the market goes down 1% or goes up 1%, where would I be, right? So it helps me in visualizing all this. The next point was how to understand the updates, right? Daily updates. So for example, I've taken a recent example from the group. So when I share this, right, if I'm sharing the screenshot, I also add a text along with this. So how to understand this is the first line tells which expiry the trade is of. The second line tells the date, the current date of the status of the trade, right? So we are sitting on 3rd April. So this is like 3rd April uh, and day 3 of the trade. Okay, so we are into the 3rd day of the trade. MTM here means that as of now, like at today's end of day, what was the MTM of the trade? This is not the booked profit. This is just the notional profit. Like what is the current status of the trade? Right? This is what it depicts. The expiry P&L tells that if you see this green line, right? So if Nifty was to close as at this position, right? What would my profit be? So this tells the expiry P&L. So my aim from the trade is to gradually keep increasing my expiry P&L. Okay, because as much as the expiry P&L increases, that higher would be my MTMs. Okay, and the last line that I tell is like a gist of what I have done during that day, right? So here I mainly booked profits on call side and then rolled on my position to closer strikes to get more premiums. So this is explanation of the updates that I share in the group daily. Okay. Okay. So now a few of you reached out to me asking about the strategy in more detail. You want to understand how adjustments are done, how rollovers are done, what would happen in a particular scenario of the trade, right? Or you want to run through some historical trade, or you just want to understand, right, the various aspects of the strategy, like uh, how do I improve my hedges further? How do I make sure that 3%, 4% gap down or gap up opening is also handled, right? So many questions around the strategy, right? So see, I do take sessions in which it's a 2 hour, 2.5 hour session. It's a one-on-one session. I explain the strategy in detail. I talk about how to adjust. I take examples of multiple scenarios, which show adjustments, how to roll over, a few hacks on how to improve your hedges without compromising too much on premium. And all, like after the session for 1 month, every update that I take during the day of the trades that I have shared, right? Every update. So let's say if I'm taking some 3 or 4 updates during the day, I share all those updates with the participant for 1 month. So that kind of tells the participant in real time how the trade is going, what adjustment I have done, and why I have done the adjustment. So I give the reasons as well. And if the participant is also taking a trade, so they can discuss it with me, how they can take it forward, what would be the best way, what is the right time to book profit, how to make their hedges stronger, etc. Right. So yes, I do take session, and I do take I continue to have discussion with the participant one-on-one for a month. Having said that, whatever information I am sharing in the group, that will continue to be there. So I keep sharing regular end of day updates with all you guys. I also share Nifty views, macro views, Nifty charts, what my view is, how the market may behave going forward, right? So all that information I will continue to share in the group. All trade updates at the end of the day, I will continue to share in the group. And if you guys have any doubts, you can always reach out to me. And if any of you are interested for the session, that also we can connect. You can connect with me on WhatsApp. So yeah, that's all from my side. Let me know if you guys have any queries. Also, if you have any suggestions on what information you would like me to put in the group more, I'm open to that. Um, yeah, I mean, all of us should make profit out of this. Pursue this strategy. Let me know your views. Yeah, and that's all. Thank you.